and welcome or welcome back to Fix My AG Doll. Today I'm going to be going through the process of boxing up my American Girl collection for my cross-country move. So I'm moving from Pennsylvania to California and I'm very nervous about moving all of my collection and making sure that everything is kept as pristine as possible. So I'm going to show you how I shrink down everything as much as possible. This was filmed kind of in like two parts, literally like about exactly a month apart. And I did acquire a lot more clothes after the first part of the video. Just know that I packed all of it the same way as I did before. So let's go ahead and jump back in time to me a month ago. Remember to hit the like button if you like this kind of content and comment down below. Have you had to move your dolls before? Are you going to? Any tips and tricks for packing and storing safely would be very much appreciated because I will be moving again within the next 2 to 3 years. So I appreciate any tips. Here we go.
So here's what I'm currently working with. I have lots of boxes filled with clothes. That's kind of how I've been organizing it. And I mean, this apartment I'm only living in for 1 year, and I knew that because it's my residency here. But so we have like Melody's clothes, Kits, Julie slash Ivy, random boxes that don't fit, Julie slash Mary Ellen. I think this is Anaya, Kirsten, Felicity Elizabeth, dolls that I don't own, Molly slash Emily, and someone else, I don't know. And then, so these are just doll boxes, so I try to preserve them as much as I can. And my goal is to try and put as many dresses and shirts and shorts and anything cloth-like into these baggies, into the big baggies, to try and like vacuum seal them as much as I can to help reduce space, and then putting like necklaces and small accessories into these smaller bags so that they don't get lost. And my guess is that I'm not going to have enough bags for all of this, but we'll see. This is also not all of the clothes. My dolls are in their June slash July outfits, and then I also have their August outfits prepped for me to change them into before I actually move. So let's see how I do with packing this.
So basically what I'm doing here is separating out all of my clothes pieces and accessories. So I'm bagging up the like little tiny things like the necklaces, earrings, anything that I'm concerned I might lose, I'm putting into a small Ziploc bag. And now I'm just stuffing as much as possible the different cloth pieces into a gallon bag. And I was like genuinely shocked at how much I could get to fit into 1 gallon size bag. And you'll see me doing this throughout the video, but once it's all stuffed in there, then I put my body weight onto the bag and squeeze as much air as possible to get the bag to be as thin as I can.
Okay, so I was able to fit in quite a lot, and you can see it's like pretty slim. So I think that hopefully this should work. I got in almost all of Elizabeth and Felicity's outfits except for the 2 cloaks, which is totally fine. I'm still gonna be getting a couple more of their outfits so I can just group those together later on. So first pack done, and I'm gonna be doing the shoes all later. So next I'm gonna be packing up the dolls' clothes that I don't yet own. And I'm hopeful I'll be able to get these all in here too.
It's so funny rewatching this because I'm like, oh, past Sarah doesn't know that she's about to get a white body Samantha like 3 weeks from there. So you'll see me packing up some Samantha outfits, and I said like these are outfits for dolls that I own. Oh, same thing with Addie. I think I literally got my Addie doll like maybe 3 days later. So I had no idea what was coming. I mean, Yeah, the Addie was definitely planned, so I don't really know why I had said that. I must have just really not been thinking about it. The Samantha was a total like impulse and surprise, so that makes sense. But again, like look at how much I can fit in there. I'm like genuinely stunned. That's like 15 outfits. Wow.
Okay, I think there's a hole in this bag because it keeps reinflating, but that's okay. I got most of it in there. So I'm keeping the wig caps so that I can put them on my dolls for when I actually pack them. And then all of the shoes I'm gonna pack separately. Some of them in Ziplocs depending on how much room I have, and probably most of them in boxes just so that they don't get squished, especially with like, you know, the fake leather. I don't want that to get destroyed. And then the hats too. I will probably end up putting those in boxes. So next we have a box here full of boxes. So I will be unfortunately having to unbox all of these and then put them in the Ziplocs. It's just going to save a lot more space than having them loose, or than having them in these actual boxes, because I mean surface area and volume and all those things using my big science brain. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work, but yeah, I'm gonna basically take all these apart and then fold them down. So yeah, you press on the middle like so, and then they flatten out. So that's what I will be doing with all of these boxes.
I'm like very heavily debating whether or not when I get to my new place, if I will rebox everything or not. I have kind of some ideas about how I'm going to display everything. And like I mentioned before in my videos, the clothes really are my favorite part, and I want them to be on display as much as possible once I display them in my new place. So I'm guessing I'm going to rebox some of the things. I don't know. How do you all store all of your outfits? Do you keep them in the boxes? Do you unbox them and put them in storage bins? I think that what I like about keeping them in the boxes is that it reduces the likelihood, I think, that I'm gonna miss all the little pieces from the outfits.
All right, here's Mary Ellen's plus one Samantha outfit.
So here I am doing Julie and Ivy's. I think there's a couple other things in there too. Yeah, I was just storing them loose in like a Pleasant Company bag. I know, I probably shouldn't be doing that, but it was like the best way that I could store it at the time. You know, I think that that's part of the difficulty of having like a large collection when you don't have a lot of storage space, right? It's like you kind of have to make do with what you have and where you can place things. I mean, like realistically, I'm probably never going to own a house, so, you know, I'm trying to like come up with as many strategies to store things in small spaces.
And then here's Julie and Ivy's. Do Kirsten now.
One of the things that I'm considering with the storage is trying to reduce, obviously, as much like dirt and dust and sun exposure as possible. So, storing them in these bags and basically vacuum sealing them as much as I can is a great way to do that. But then the other concern is obviously I'm wrinkling all of the outfits. I generally, when I pull out outfits to then put on my dolls, I do steam them so that they're as, you know, wrinkle free as possible. But it is like tedious, and especially when I think about, you know, I plan on getting all of the historical dolls, that's going to be a lot of steaming every month when I have to change their outfits.
All right, here's Kirsten and what I think was the last of Samantha's stuff.
So I ended up doing with a lot of the bigger pieces, like especially the sturdy pieces like the hats, is I took the bigger American Girl doll boxes, like the clothing boxes that are just like really tall, and putting in the hats and then filling in the gaps between the hats or between like the hat and the space in the box with shoes, with some bigger accessories like purses or bigger bows and things like that. And that seemed to work pretty well. Again, I'm really trying to maximize the space that I have, and having the structure of a box makes me feel like, there's less likelihood that it's going to get crushed.
All right, so Rebecca and lots of Nanea.
So here you can see that I was storing my kit collection within an American Girl doll bag. I wouldn't recommend this method. It was honestly kind of annoying to like pull everything out, and it did get like very wrinkled and crinkled. But I also like feel bad about throwing out the American Girl doll bags, and that's like such a silly like collector thing, right? Like it's just a bag, it's just a piece of paper, really, really. But one, the bags actually cost money now, like in the stores, and I'm pretty sure like it's not like 5 cents. I'm pretty sure it's like $1 or so. Feel free to correct me in the comments. Or and maybe it varies by store, but at least like in the DC stores and the New York stores where I've been, it cost more than I thought that a bag would cost. And they are really sturdy, so I like to keep them. What do you all do? Like, do you keep your American Girl doll bags? Do you reuse them and like bring them back to the store? Do you use them in displays in some ways? It just like feels like I would like to keep it, especially since, they change the logo every once in a while, and it'd be nice to have that little piece of history, but I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it.
And here's Melody and Emily slash Molly.
One thing that I really wish American Girl doll would come out with is like a closet. So like similar to the trunks, but I don't need the space for the doll. Like I'm gonna display the doll. I would love maybe like a rack style thing, but not just like a loose rack, like in some things that it looks like it's a closet, or a trunk with a lot more hanging space and like more drawers, and again, like getting rid of that space for the doll so that it like works really nicely in a display. I don't know. Maybe something like that exists. Like if you know of something that either is a retired item, because I don't think they have anything like that in store, or from another brand, let me know in the comments.
All right, so what I've figured out now is that 2 boxes will fit, but not all the way down. There's like a gap. So I'm gonna layer the bags at the bottom and then put the boxes on top. Go. And so now I'll be able to actually organize all the boxes in there so that they're all kind of in a row. All right, so here's the box, pretty much packed up to the brim. I have all the boxes here, and then I have the rest of the bags of clothes for now. I ended up being able to box up the shoes into some big boxes and hats as well. Some leftover coats and hats in here. You can see I stuffed in a couple of the covers for the doll boxes. I'm still leaving this out for now so that because I know I'm gonna get some more outfits still before I officially move, so that I can pack all those in there, and I think I should be able to fit the rest of the clothes. Oh, and I should show you, I used the suitcase here for all the small accessories. So thanks, Molly. And that's that for now. And the last thing that I'll do besides packing up the rest of the clothes is packing up the dolls. Okay, so it's about a month later and I'm finally packing up my dolls. So I packed up the first box and this is the second box. So I was able to get out everything in 3 total boxes, which is just amazing. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, but I kind of wanted to just like showcase how I did it. So I have, these are American Girl doll boxes, and each one can fit 2 dolls if you fit them like head to toe. And then there's more boxes like that underneath here, and as well as more clothes, little accessories, toys, things like that. And then I also stacked more dolls going this way. This is Felicity in a bag here. And then on top of this, I'm putting a sheet of fabric so that for whatever reason, if they knock up against the top, they won't be directly hitting the hard plastic. So it looks like this. And yeah, it feels really weird to have them all packed up, but here we are. And yeah, I feel like that's everything. I'm going to be filming and unboxing everything. And with that, I'm not going to film it until I get proper shelves so that I can then show you the process of how I'm starting to put together my American Girl collection and bookshelves, because before they were kind of just like lined up on the floor over here. I know this room is like so barren now because we're packing, but yeah, I'm excited to have bookshelves to line them all up that way, and you know, kind of show how I'm planning on displaying my clothes and little accessories and things like that. So thank you for watching. By the time I upload this, I will have, fingers crossed, already moved in and all that's behind me. Yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.